So I let it run a day and a half-ish, and we now have enough in our mastery tree here to go ahead and grab the basement. Now unlock the basement. And then next on that is the third floor. But now that we have the basement, let's see if there is something I could maybe do to... I was kind of hoping... Like, the location of the stairs is a problem now, isn't it? It actually doesn't have to be, because all of this stuff can now move down into the lower floor. So when this day is done, and everybody's kind of done using the equipment and they're out of my way and everything, we'll go ahead and get that going in the basement here. We'll unlock that blueprint one. This is the only big priority now is the pickaxe, just to get that out of the way so we can accept another blueprint one. And 99 out of 148 here. And the thing is, there's 2 pickaxe contracts. So every time they make one, they're kind of splitting it between the 2 of these. And I'm not convinced that's the best way to go about it, but we're just going to be making a lot of pickaxes, basically. So everybody's using these tables for a little bit. And then got a lot of steel. I've upgraded a little bit of the store. I want to share it with you. So instead of these wall racks, I went ahead and got these tables instead for the shields. Because the wall rack, it only has that 1 customer capacity, but these tables to display the shields are much more expensive, but this can actually display 2 shields instead of just the 1. So it's actually 300 to display 2 shields, right? And then, so this is about double, but it has triple the customer capacity. So I like that, and I went ahead and did that. It'd be cool to have more than 1. Maybe I could have more than 1 shield kind of thing like this. But either way, 1 shield is enough there. And then, yeah, I've just been going in and making sure everybody's upgrades and stuff are good, making sure they're leveling up the way we like them to. So we'll do this and then say highest skill. Just kind of been keeping that going. And I'm kind of dreading the day here when all of a sudden... I'll let you do all skills equally is fine, I think there. I'm dreading the day when the game says, hey, by the way, there's no more wood. You need pine now. Which I think is going to happen. I mean, they already have to haul it really far. So our daily collected is going down because of how far they have to haul it. So if I have to buy wood, then I have to buy wood. You know, it's not the biggest of deal. I'll just right click the damn thing and buy it. It's not that expensive either, so... And most of these racks are full, and you know we still have 50 wood in there, and it's 7:20 p.m. So I think we're fine. Especially if I start getting really low on wood, then I'll just start prioritizing the creation of stuff that doesn't take wood. You know, which is unfortunately that's like the lower tiered stuff. The higher tiered stuff is a mix of everything, but you know, I guess there is some good news is that these higher tiered stuff costs more to buy them, right? And they take longer to make, so that means we're going to use less wood because it takes longer to make them, maybe. I don't know. Once we get the basement today, at the end of the day here, we're going to move this entire thing down to a basement level, and then we'll have to figure out where we want our stairs to be. But essentially, we're going to have, I think, probably 4 iron smelters will be enough, I think, because you can see how many ingots we have. We have a lot. Although maybe our number is... Oh, you know what? Our number is dropping over here because I have both of my haulers doing it to this one now. Because this one was really low. I'm going to switch you back from here to here now. But like we have like over 200 ingots right now in stock. So and that's with the 43 on the steel that we have. How much can this hold? 150. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe we drop this down to 4 iron. We could do 1 copper, and then we'll have... you know what? I got 46 grand. We'll make it work. There's... Look at this. We're so close right here. 142 out of 148 on the pickaxes. And I think they just basically delivered them. I think they're done. All these pickaxes they're making, so... Yep, there's 4 of them in there for contracts. Another 4 of them in there. Another 3 of them in there. Oh yeah, we're definitely good. Another 2 of them in there. So at the very beginning of the day, we're going to get a whole lot more money that we can use too. Okay. Now that everything's settled, let's take a look here. So I want to move this stuff over. And I want to see if maybe we get another spiral staircase. And I wouldn't want it to be like right on top of it. Ideally, it'd be like this, but it's going to be lower instead. So I was thinking it would be like that. There we go. Yeah. So they can, well, wait a minute now. Oh my gosh, no railing or anything? Somebody call OSHA. This is a bad deal right here. Oh boy. That's not how we would want that in any real world scenario. Okay. I would want to move this. I guess I have to do it down here. So we'll move this over 2 spaces. I mean, that's a lot better. It's still bad though. Like this opening is really bad. Got to have some kind of railing here, man. Anyways, now it becomes really critical, right? That the people who are moving things from where we smelt them to where we use them, those assistants need to be able to carry, like go upstairs and stuff really fast, right? So now it's like, you know, we're going to have to consider that. Now, I wonder if I can make this place look better because it is just like a dirt floor and stuff, and we don't want that. So can I give you a proper floor down here? I can. Yeah, I mean, it could just be, as long as it's not what it currently is. I was hoping I could draw a box. Thankfully, all this is free. It'd be nice if flooring was free in the real world. Boy, wouldn't that be nice. Now, these guys are all underground in a basement, like right by the sea, which I wouldn't want that to be a thing either. But we can make them feel just a little bit more at home, I guess, with some decorations down here. And this also affects our max as our store because we're going to be upgrading that too soon. So let's make them dream of a nice open meadow while they're doing all the smelting. And we'll give them these banners to remind them what they're... This is what you're doing it for, okay? Freedom out in the open while you're down here in the mines. Well, it's not a mine, but it's going to feel like the mines. Okay. So what we want is to bring you down. And I guess we could just, you know, bring them both down. I'll move them later. I just want to get them down there for now. So go highlight everything here. Yep. And then just shift it down. Okay. So where do we want these? That's the big news, isn't it? That's the big question. Where do we want them? I may need to think about this for a little bit. If they're going to be bringing them up from here, then having all of the finalized materials that we make, like this thing, should be as close to the stairs as possible. But we would want all of them, you know, because we're going to be making steel, we're going to be making copper, all those things are going to be down here, right? And then we have this open space back here again, which requires us to kind of reconfigure things kind of all over again now that we have the basement. But I think the primary place where we heat all of our raw resources and make all the stuff, that's this whole floor is going to be nothing but making ingots, making, you know, silver and gold and steel and copper and all those things. It all happens down here. So production happens up here with those resources after the assistants have brought it. So we'll bring the steel down here too. And then if that's the case, then perhaps the stairs can be moved over so we can keep things still kind of mostly the same over here. I don't want to have to move a lot of workbenches and stuff. So perhaps this stuff needs to be moved. We could say all of these benches move, you know, over here for now. Nope, not like that, like this. Yep, we could just move all these over here for now. And actually, I think all of our design stuff, we just take all this stuff over here. And we just say, hey, you guys are doing design stuff all the way over here for now. All right, so that kind of gets it all out of the way. So let's let that run, get everybody to move over. I didn't move that bench, but I don't think that bench is going to be a big deal. Okay, now that I've done that, we're going to move the stairs over this way. This can come over this way. And maybe... hang on, maybe... that's not what I want to do. Go back up. Yeah, I'm thinking Yeah, I need to move this stuff over. Kind of shift it that way. Like that. Right, so if that's the case, then everything gets delivered here. I kind of want to flip it because I want more room to smelt and I don't want to have to deal with stuff being over here. So like, I guess I would want to that end, have this be maybe closer to being over here. So if I did that, then I just want to turn this around. Nope. Turn it around like so. There we go. Okay. And so that's where our stairs will be now. Okay. Now, whether that's... I don't know if the spiral staircase is slower than the other staircase. That's something else to consider, too. I don't know if that's the thing. Because it doesn't say anywhere that one staircase is faster than another. It's just about space that they occupy. And effectively, it's the same space here, isn't it? So we could say... I don't know if it's the same space or not. I think actually the spiral staircase is less floor space. Yeah. So we'll just kind of do that. And then that gives us a means to do something like this. And then we can have more workbenches available for our people to use. Like so. And I could actually, I think there's a case to be made that we could maybe take all of these and just sort of move them down just a little bit. Get them away from that door. Yeah. So more workbenches here. I could now slide these down just a tad and have more of these as well. Where is it? That right here. These carpentry ones. I forgot what it was called now. Yeah, we could have something more like this. Maybe one more. No, all the way down. Why don't I just get smart one of these times and just take it from the end and one of these times I'm going to be smarter than this. There we go. There. So like more tables for them to work with this, more workbenches here to assemble things. Same on the crates here. We could maybe shift them over, but that just makes them further away from everybody over here. I am noticing when we really ramp up production with iron, I'm noticing that people are waiting to use anvils, and effectively they are also moving to different anvils. So like they'll heat it here, but then they'll have to move over here to work it because these ones are already taken. I am noticing that happening. So I'm going to counter that by, I think, moving these over just a little bit more. And then I'll counter that by adding 2 additional anvils. And I think I'll do it facing this direction just because I can. Like this. Now, does this make it more difficult to get to? It might. All right, we'll do it like this then. Not sure if that makes it more difficult or not. It might. I think it might make it more difficult to move around. Maybe maybe something like this. That seems a little weird. It's just about the pathing of like they're gonna stand here when they're hammering so that they can run all the way here. But now if they're blocked, then it's counterproductive. I haven't done anything good here. Maybe this is the answer. I think maybe that's the answer. They can still get through here. So if they're working this one, they can go through there. And they can also just work this one directly after this. We'll see. We'll see if that does anything. But I want to add a couple more anvils. And then I don't believe we need any more quenchers. Move these over just a tad bit more, I guess. We'll line them up with this workbenches. So right there. Okay. So now from there, if we have that sorted out, now we need to figure this and sort this out. So let me take a look. I've only got 40 grand, but that's enough to buy a lot of smelters and such. So let me take a quick look at how I want to organize this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so thinking about the future, kind of the fact that there are more materials and stuff to make, I come up with like this circle area here where we're going to have all of our iron and copper kind of delivered to these crates. And then all of these are going to be used to smelt them into iron and copper ingots. Those iron and copper ingots are going to get delivered here. And then from here, they will get processed into steel or into bronze. And then there are other things that we will eventually be able to do here as well. So there's silver ingots, sterling silver ingots, gold, medium gold, large. There's also like large stuff too, right? So there's different sizes of these things. So I'm thinking probably how I'm going to play this. And I may change the circle because I think the circle maybe isn't the most optimal. In fact, maybe it would be better to have all the ingots be on this side. And then the people who are hauling them in, they're just going to have to, you know, they're going to have to walk an extra distance. But it just makes this whole process of moving it from the smelting into this area here. And we're going to have a lot of these pallets that will just be different resources. And then they'll just be like ready to go. And then we'll have assistants coming down the stairs, grabbing them directly if they need to bring them upstairs. Or, you know, they'll grab them from here. These will be the more advanced stuff maybe over here. As these guys smelt, we'll have additional stations here to do that too. So there's just a lot of stuff to consider here as we expand, but it's not something that we really can see how inefficient it is until I see people moving around and actually using it and doing it. So that's kind of where I am on this. So that being said, I am going to spend, I have $30,000. I'm going to spend a little bit of cash to get a little bit delivered down here to start so they can, you know, get going on that. And I'm actually going to start, I think, making some copper as well. Just a little bit. I don't know how much it cost to get this because it's not, it's like right here it says restore 10 for 120. Ah, here it is, 30 for 360. It wasn't showing me this. No, it still doesn't show me this. Am I not able to get? I'm not able to actually fill this. I have to mine it. Okay, no problem. So we'll do that. So on that note, we're going to get some miners as well. This one does some more damage. I like it. So we'll get one miner here. We'll get another miner. More stamina, but rests less. I think maybe walk slower. 30. Yeah, we'll get Virginia. And I mean, at this point, like, it's okay, right? It's okay. 30% slower resting isn't great, but he has more stamina, so he rests less often. So I'm all right with that. We'll refresh this and then get... lower wage is good too. 67. Faster. All right, we'll get that. And then these guys are in the copper mine. And in fact, I think I'll actually have... yeah, it's fine. 3 in the copper mine is okay. So we'll do that. So that gets them going. I don't know about the lumberjack, but unlocking the pine forest would be nice, wouldn't it? So we'll get going on that. There are some benches down here for them to relax on when they care to, when they want to. And then for the assistants, I do need more of those guys. 2 extra carrying capacity is pretty good. I'm looking for people who, like this guy walks faster and he's got a lot of carrying capacity. We'll go this way. And it's expensive to refresh this, but I'm looking for people who climb stairs faster. You. I don't like that you're attracting less customers though. 1%. Not worth it. You're a very expensive hire at this point too. So let's hold off on that. But I want to have anyone who can climb stairs faster, you. So because you're doing that, I'm going to have you transferring ingots because you have that special skill. You're going to move iron from here and you're going to move it up to here. Okay, so what I have here is at the top of the stairs on the main level, I've added 4 additional workshop benches. There you go. We're going to get there. And then we still have all of these. And then here is where we're going to have them deliver. They're going to come up the stairs and drop them here and then out. So we're still going to have assistants moving them from here to here. And then we have assistants that move them up and down the stairs. Whoever's very good at stairs is going to just constantly do stairs. And they're not going to deliver them all the way over there. And then we're going to have other people with higher capacities and stuff take them from here to there. That way our blacksmiths don't have to move it. Okay. So let's start the day. I don't know what this is going to mean for our productivity, but because we have that extra floor now, it seems like that it could be cool. So I do want to redo how our transfers are working. So Yvette now is going to take ingots from here and go there. And then we're going to have, I think, is it Neville or is it Bertha? Which one? No, Neville's the one that's on the stairs. Yes, you are going to go from here to there. Okay, and then I need another assistant if I can. Better with stairs. Come on. Come on. You walk slower, but you walk 100% faster upstairs. Fine. Fine. You are going to go like this, and then you are now transferring ingots from, again, the iron up to there. That's going to keep our iron flowing is what I'm hoping. Now, for everything else, this is copper ingots. We're not doing anything with copper yet, but there's just placeholders for those types of things. That's okay. Obviously, we're making some steel stuff too, and we're going to want to get steel up here so we can actually have it too. That's a thing I didn't calculate for some reason. Let's have you become steel for now. Yes, and then we'll get another assistant who can do stairs, I guess. Fine. Another assistant here. You're going to do steel from here up to here. Yes, and this is going to become... This is already steel, yes. Okay, so now we have an assistant that will be doing... bringing the steel up here. And then that steel is going to still be something where these guys have to walk all the way over to get it, unfortunately. That's still a thing. I don't know where I'm going to place the steel. I guess I maybe could have an extra storage for steel here. That's not a bad thing. It's not in the way of anybody either. So I guess we could put steel here. And then maybe there is an assistant that I've already hired. I'd rather not hire anymore. Maybe there's like these guys are a lot of transfer items here. So maybe one of you guys are good at stairs. Anyone really good at stairs? Oh, I don't need a stair person here, do I? I don't need a stair person here. What I need is somebody like Catherine. She actually climbs them slower. But that's okay. She's not climbing stairs for this. So what I need Catherine to do is you're going to take stuff from steel here and bring it here. Okay. So now we've got this whole like assistant production chain where everybody's kind of putting it in their own place. They don't have to go very far, and then they're going to keep it in stock, and then we eventually get all the resources closer to where they're being used over here. And that includes steel being on this little area. Okay. There's my blueprint. And bookshelf for purchase. That's interesting. Some more design points are pretty interesting. Let's not double up on items. Also, I think maybe getting the copper is cool, though. Let's get a supply of copper. Then I don't have to mine it right now. That's all right with me. Let's get you to max this out, and then we'll just tell you to max out whatever. I'm very close, I think, to having everybody sort of leveling up themselves, and I'm not having to do it anymore. Every time I level somebody up now, I tell them to keep doing it all on their own. Our shields are now better quality. So are the mauls. Just need to get those long hose, and then everything will be epic. And then we have new blueprints we can unlock, which I guess kind of want to get the copper going. I think copper or goblets would be nice to start getting. So let's get something with a new type of metal. And we'll also go ahead and upgrade its quality. We'll get it up to epic and stuff, but now we need to get copper going too. And to do that, we're going to want another one of these at some point. Now, we don't have anywhere to drop off the copper here. I still think eventually we're going to need to look at expanding into the third floor or the second floor. So I have to start using the second floor for something, right? I'm trying to avoid doing that because there are lots of people who do not do stairs very well. But this is where assistants kind of help out. Not necessarily, right? Because remember, everybody who starts a project is the only person working on that project the entire time. So I cannot say, hey, you there, hammer the top of the pickaxe and put it in a chest. And the assistant will bring that top of pickaxe up here where it can be worked on by workshop stuff. And then assistants will take it downstairs and put it in the... Like, that doesn't happen. It's just not in the game. Maybe they'll add it later. I don't know. But for now, if a person starts something, they finish it all the way, which means they are moving the whole time. They're the ones doing the footwork on that. And so when I look up here, I was thinking about second floor could possibly be like a pottery thing is what I was initially thinking about. And then I also have had comments about, you know, my customers are walking through my shop and stuff. Like, I don't care about that. Like, the positioning of the shop doesn't matter to me. If they want to walk through my, you know, this customer right here, like if he wants to walk in here, that's completely fine with me. It doesn't change anything about anything. People can clip through each other, right? So it's okay. Let's see how we're doing down here. So again, we don't have any copper coming in just yet. Assistance right here. Let's get your carrying capacity up, and then you can go ahead and upgrade that. It's blacksmith. Here you go. You're doing fewest items crafted for the store. Okay, we're gonna go like this for you, and then have you highest skill first, I guess is good. I have one new blueprint. Let's get a... You know what? Let's hold it. And then when we see what kind of contracts are available, then that will tell us what blueprint to unlock. I think that's probably pretty good. This one is the big priority right now because it's the only one that doesn't have a blueprint. That doesn't make any sense. I know. Why not just do the blueprints first? I know. But it's a huge amount of money, and I'd like to get that money if I could too. Let's go to miners. We have miners, I think, actually in the copper mine now, don't we? Yes, we do. People are doing mining things in the copper mine. So we've collected 21 copper. Pretty good. Yeah, it's a start, right? It's going to go up there. It's a start. And so tomorrow we'll have copper in stock. And then we'll have to have an assistant hauler that can go to the warehouse. Which I like that I can see that even though I'm underground. That's nice. You can still see what that is. We'll have them come in and they'll drop it off in here. Right? And maybe we end up having 3 iron ore instead of 1 copper. But I think eventually what I'm hoping to have here is these are going to be each a different thing. There's 4 different kinds of ores. So, you know, one will be iron, copper, silver, gold. Here we go. Let's take Catherine like that. And whoops. Right here. Highest skill first, please. Blacksmith, you. Winnie, let's get you. You're doing the most expensive stuff. Yeah, let's get you to do that. And we'll go highest skill first for you. We have another one. Odell. I have been recording nonstop my stuff today, so I will get your names in the game. Don't worry. If you did comment before, I'll get it in there. But it's gonna take a little bit. My recording sessions are not one at a time and then upload and then one and then upload. I don't do that. I don't think anybody with a channel that updates as frequently as I do. I don't think they can ever do that. There's just no way to keep up with content if you're gonna do it that way. We'll get some extra design points, I guess. The pickaxe is still... Actually, we're not making pickaxes right now. Okay, cool. I don't want to do a duplicate thing. I want to have one item at a time. Because if I have 2 pickaxe contracts, then what happens is like they'll be splitting them. They'll be delivering to each one of them and stuff. And then I have to do priorities. And I don't want to do priorities like that. So it's fine. Goblets, we can raise the quality of those. That's cool. These things are actually quite expensive. 164 gold. It's pretty... Yeah, that's up there. Wow, we can do it again. 176. Okay, cool. That's good because it's a very simple thing to create. It's like just the metal. That's it. As opposed to like the hoe, which is almost the same price. It's a little bit more expensive, but it takes more work to do it. It takes longer to make it. Miner. Here we go. Let's get you to move a little faster, shall we? And then we'll have you do the highest skill first there. And then we're going to need another assistant to be hauling things. I like you. Anne is going to be doing this later. So Anne, your job is to restock raw resources. You're going to be looking at copper. You're my copper person. All right. So despite all those purchases and moving things around, quite profitable today. Indeed. So I'm just going to wait for everybody to finish up their stuff, and then we'll move on to the next day. As far as research goes, though, I can almost get the large ingots. That would be nice. I don't need a 3rd floor. I think I'm going to go to the drinks crate. We're going to get one of these and see what that is. Maybe the cauldron as well. Just really increasing their stamina. They can get more stuff. So we're going to spend a whole bunch down for that stuff. And then now we have these little exclamation points. It just means that there's stuff I haven't clicked on yet. It's really all that means. I'm actually not selling any copper goblets. We'll have to be making those soon. But let's go to the logs because I think they're I mean, God, there's so few. Oh, there's not very many trees left. We have a new item here, and that is the cauldron and the drinks crate. So increasing stamina. So if I pop the drinks crate here, and you're only allowed one of these. I've had somebody say in the mines, you should put more pickaxes in there. You're only allowed one of those things. And cauldron, same thing. Only allowed one. So that will help them with their stamina, and hopefully they can, they're going to replenish it quicker, and then they can get back to work quicker. That's how I want it to be. So over here, I can also do one of the pickaxe rack. But this is 10,000 now, not 5,000. Yikes. I'm not sure about that. That seems a bit nuts. We'll do the drinks crate for now. And we'll do the cauldron because we're going to be working here. And we're going to want another rest area at some point here too. So we'll get another one. But I'm a little bit kind of about, yeah, $10,000 for the pickaxes. Decreases health points of each rock. I mean, I got the money, right? Let's just do it. I got the money. Pickaxes are on. Okay. So now we're just decreasing it of each rock. Now, this is interesting because we could put one of these. I can move this, right? I can move it. Actually, that's as close as that'll go. So like to these rocks, when they're mining them, you know, they're going to be delivering them here. Right now, these guys have to come and deliver them here too. But if I take another crate elevator and I move another and put another one like over here. So now these guys can deliver here while these guys deliver here. And it's a little bit closer. Everything's a little bit closer. For $1,000, that can be possible. That's the thing I can do. Okay. I think since we're probably going to be working, since I've just invested in all that stuff, I might as well get some more people to work in the copper mines. So we'll do that. Refresh this list. Let's go. XP gain is okay. We'll do that. Press slower. You have extra stuff for your stamina now. Put you in the mine as well. Yes. Okay, so those guys are in the copper mines. We'll have more copper generation right now. All right, so now I got all my assistants, and there's a whole bunch of ore in there now. I like the iron. It's 213. That's very good. It takes them longer to get down there now, though, to replenish that. They have to walk a lot longer distance to put the iron down in here. So it's going to become, I think, more important to have even more assistants doing that. And especially with them being able to climb stairs. I like that too. Let's get that assistant that I just got right here. Yep. Let's get you on. Yeah, we'll put you on iron. So just more people that can bring the iron down like this. Let's put you like so and just have you level yourself up now. Barbara, I'm going to have you do it yourself. I mean, I could go through the whole list and just, you know, take time to just click that setting on every single person, but I just haven't done it yet. All right, we're at 375 and I have one blueprint. Let's take a look at the contracts really quick. I can't. Not until I've got one. Okay, never mind. It's cool. Now, I don't have anybody working the copper. As far as I'm aware, none of these guys have been told to do anything with copper. So grab another assistant. Let's say the dude that walks a little slower and refresh this list really quick. Can I get a blue guy? Can I get somebody blue? Yeah, there we go. I like you. Fiona. Fiona's great, actually. Fiona would be great for moving things around. Not enough benches. I can fix that. Fiona. Oh, hang on. Benches. Hi, can I have... There we go. Give me Princess Fiona. I'm at 15,000 left. It's expensive to hire them. For the right candidate, like one that does stairs really well, could be good. I'll hire you. You do stairs really well. Now, a lot of these transfer items, a lot of you guys can be moved over to something else right now. So you walk faster. That doesn't mean you're going to do stairs really well, but you do walk faster. So I'm going to have you say that you're going to do some restocking of iron. That means you're going to have to use the stairs. That's fine, I think. Fiona, you're going to also do the restocking of iron. I want another one of you who walks fast. Deagle here, you can craft iron ingots. And I think the transfer ones are okay for now. So we're moving people along. And then the last one I wanted to change out was I need somebody I think it'll be you. I want you to craft copper ingots. So now somebody's going to be in charge of doing the copper stuff. And then as we expand, or as we get out there, you know, we'll start to have more people being busy through here all day, every day. And that'll be great. See, I don't want him waiting. That waiting period right there, that sucks. There we go. I think we just needed to get more people down here. And I love how they can just move through the stairs, even though they don't have to wait for somebody, right? Everyone can clip through other people. So that's neat. Wood is in good supply. All the workbenches are good. Yeah, I think we've definitely done a good job here, I think, of ramping up. And then as far as the store goes, I'm not selling any copper ingots yet. So let's get that started. So all the tools and all the goblets and stuff are up here. So I want to get store shelves that give me the most customers, which each of these are 1. If I switch these out to be these shelves instead, though, right, then I could take, say, this little goblet here. I'm not sure what happens to this when I get rid of it. It's only 1 goblet, but nope. What am I doing here? I want to delete. You're not letting me delete. Why can I not delete? I don't have any settings. That's interesting. I mean, I like that, but I don't have the settings to delete this. Interesting. All right, well, we'll have you be the goblets, I guess. Where's my delete button? There's a thing that usually pops up here and lets me delete it, but I'm not seeing that right now. That's interesting. Might have to reboot the game. I might even encounter my first bug. This has been pretty stable so far, honestly. It's been very good, very reliable. Okay, rebooted the game, and ta-da! Shows up now. So I want to get rid of the goblets here, and I can move these around now, and I have these menus up. That's good. Okay, so yeah, these are now going to be on this shelf, so we can just get rid of those. And I don't know what happens to the goblet that's already there. Does it go back in the storage shelf downstairs? I kind of hope it does, you know, but it's okay. We're just going to get rid of these things anyway. And we're going to go over to the store. Let's grab, yeah, these shelves. Now, I know they're really expensive shelves, but we're going to do it. And I think I can actually put them really close together as long as I give adequate spacing for them to be accessed. So it can't be that close, but it can be this close. So in other words, just they have to be able to access it from one side, not any specific side, but just one side. So this one's going to be our copper goblets. And then our iron goblets are there. And then on this side, we'll put the tankards, I guess, is what we had before. And then this one can be kind of looking for like another drinking apparatus. Metal scoop, I guess. You can drink out of a ladle. Suppose you could. Over here, we've already got ladles, though. So maybe I swap the... You know, we've already got ladles. Let's change something else. We're not selling metal scoops, it looks like. This one's not displayed, so we'll go ahead and do that on that one. Yeah, that's good. It seems fine. And, you know, I could also get them closer together. So maybe I do something like this. This could be interesting, yeah? Like through the door, and they just come in here and they shop for what they want through these little gaps. Yeah, very crowded. It's like your local community library or something right through here. Actually, it could go even closer. Wow. I think that's getting kind of crowded on the door, though. I'm going to bring it out this way. It's fine. We'll leave that open. So they come up the stairs, and then they can... Maybe I do it this way. Yeah, now that's a little more fluid. And then I'd have another shelf right here if necessary. Whenever we can. And then I think I'm good on that. I'm gonna make a door. I'm gonna make a wall right there. Yeah. So we don't the whole huge balcony thing. I think I'm good with it. Just going away for now. We do a partial balcony. Maybe only on this corner here will there be a balcony or something eventually. So the floor is good. We want the upper wall to be this design. There we go. And then the lower wall is this green wall, like so. All right. And then this whole thing here, I'm not even working yet. So I guess I could make it feel a little more homely, though. Like it is downstairs anyway. You just make the wood walls like everything else, instead of it being this ugly concrete. Yeah. And actually, I think downstairs is this on the top. So we'll just make the upper floor look different. And then I can tell them apart when I'm, once we get like 3 or 4 floors in the building, it might be like, which floor am I on now? I'll separate them by having the floors be different colors. So that'll be very easy to tell, if I'm on the ground floor, this one, and then the next floor will have, a different design. Maybe we'll start using this tile for the 3rd floor, right? That kind of thing. So anyway, now that I've reloaded the game, everyone has to come from their benches and get back to work. There you go. And then, yeah, more level ups and stuff too. Now I have had, again, I'm trying to do it as I go here. Christopher has been placed in the game. I have to find where they are. They wanted to be an assistant, so you are here. Christopher is here. You walk faster and you demand less money. So you're a really good worker and you don't charge me a lot. That sounds great. There you go. We're actually pretty close to getting another epic too. So I might get somebody to be one of the epics as well. I don't know. Depends on what they are.